Want to have a look at him? Does anyone want a photo of him? You've got a chance to photograph a small hive beetle if you want it.
Photo opportunity?
Yep.
We're going to kill it.
Be quick. He's not getting away.
See that little thing? That's a beetle trap. You might have oil in it, so be careful. Do you know anything about these things? Oh, well, I don't have to tell you, do I? Because I don't.
You won't talk about them,
No, but oh, then. What the hell? Any beetles in them?
There's no oil either. Unfortunately, we've got now in Victoria small hive beetles. You people who are beekeepers may or may not have seen it. It's a very quick little beetle. He's a little fella, he's only about that long.
Oh, he's Robert.
He's brown in colour. And he is quite destructive, particularly to weak hives. You open up the lid, you'll see them on the frame, but by the time you put your smoker down to get him, he's gone. You've got to be very, very quick to get them. They are a disaster to the beekeeping industry. They are constantly annoying the bees and attacking them. So if the beehive gets to be weak, they will then start laying where the bees can't get at them. And the next thing you know, the thing is a mass of small hive larvae. It is dreadful. It's dreadful to see. Now, it happens in weak hives. We can help these hives by actually reducing the beetle population. And that's what these bee traps are. What we've got there is a flat trap. And the reason it's flat, you can see it'll slide into the... It'll slide in very easily. It's very easily to monitor it. What we do is we open it up and we fill that with vegetable oil or diatomaceous earth, which is, I saw some floating around. Coming? Put some of that. Put some of that in. And we take a little diatomaceous earth is a filter earth. It's a very fine clay particle. And we think what happens is the beetle gets in there, it gets all over him like that, blocks his spiracles, he can't breathe and he dies. So if you've got one actually working, you open it up and you've got beetles in there, you'll find a dozen or more beetles in there every time. This is easier and more convenient to use the earth than the oil, because you can imagine that's a very shallow little container. If I was to try and clip it down, and as I did so I tipped it over, I got all down my shirt.
All right, yes.
So from that point of view, yes, that's
better.
That's the better one now.
Oh, well, another thing that my son Peter says about oil is that, you know, if you pick the hives up and they've got oil in them, it'll splash out and all that sort of thing, where the dust won't.
And the third thing is it evaporates.
It evaporates,
whereas the diatomaceous doesn't move.
That one. So now we've got here is another variety. Came unstuck.
Here tools.
We've got plenty of helpers here.
Yeah, we're right into this.
Yeah, have to be.
Now you'll see I was talking about if you work without protection. The other thing I haven't told you is that that's got oil in it.
That one's obviously got oil in it.
Alright, let's go to this one first.
We haven't had a major.
And no beetles in this one either. But basically that's what it is, you just fill it with oil. This goes over the top. The bees can't fit through it, but the beetle can, being a little flat fella. I'm surprised there isn't any in here, because they are around everywhere that we look.
Why would the beetle want to go in there?
To escape the bees. The bees are constantly harassing the beetles. They're trying very hard to get rid of them. They can't actually kill them, because they've got this leathery, or their exoskeleton is so tough that they can't sting them. All they can do is harass them, stop them from laying, keep them jammed in the corners, out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. But the moment they get weak and the beetles get on top of them, they'll actually wipe a hive out. There's one there.
Is it a beetle, is it?
Yeah. Yep, there's one. Now these beetles tend to travel at night. They move.
Another one? Yeah.
Thank you.
Because we've seen 3 of them already, does that mean that there should be a very heavy infestation inside there?
No, not necessarily so. If I may, I'll just go one step further. We'll open up the bottom box. we'll put that one down. We'll just have a look underneath. Now, those that are standing close.
Yep, I'll put it on the bottom.
Right, those that are standing close, have a good look, see if you can see a beetle scurrying around there. There's one.
It's two.
There's one.
One there in the corner.
Another one over in the corner. There's another one here. There's one.
Kill him.
Kill it. So we kill them.
One more here.
Another one there. How you see?
Did someone pick up the smoke? Just give it up as well. Just underneath there.
Just in there. Although we're saying we're not finding very many beetles in those traps, they are present in all our hives
Well,
now.
the traps I think were only put in yesterday morning anyway. Peter put them in there.
Can you put the earth in that?
You can put earth in that one. You can put it in either. I've now probably ruined that one by draining the material out.
Is the earth any danger to the bees or any harm or to the honey?
The beautiful bit about diatomaceous earth is it's just clay. That's all it is. Crushed up a special clay. Does them no harm whatsoever.
And you can buy it from pet shops, is that right?
It's actually pool filters.
Pool filter, is it?
Pool filter shops, yeah. It's used in water filtration.
Oh, yes.
The army use a lot of it. Where they get their supplies, I don't know. I haven't had to buy any yet, so I can't answer your question.
Okay, thanks anyhow.
But when the time comes, yes. It is available. It's a common product. It's an inert product. It's not dangerous. You don't have to have a chemical certificate or anything of that nature. His greatest immediate effect to the commercial beekeeper and the hobby beekeeper for that matter is you no longer can rob your honey and store it for a week hoping that you're going to come back and rob it next week. You're going to extract it next weekend. If you've got hive beetle, you're going to have to forget that idea. Because if there's hive beetle in there and they start breeding in numbers, within a week they will ruin that honey. They put a slime over it. It is absolutely awful stuff. It's yuck. There's no two ways about it. There's no way you can use it. The bees tend to reject it. Now, I know McDonald's have had a lot of success. They experimented with this slime. They washed the combs individually first with the nice warm water, and they put it back on a very strong hive. And yes, they did clean it up. But if you just put the slimy stuff back into a hive, forget it. They'll just keep breeding. The beetle will just keep. The bees won't go near it. They won't touch it.
See?
Even if it's good honey underneath it all,
You can't help that.
they don't like it. The larvae from the hive beetle is very much similar. It's a little bit narrower, but he's very hard. You can roll him. And he's got structure to him. And to squash him takes effort. You just can't, like a wax moth.
More tougher.
Wax moth, you just do that one. If you can get an airflow going through your stickies, you won't get wax moth. Now to do that, it's fairly easy. Put down a grid of some sort of fly wire, something that will keep the bees and the mice out. Mice are bad news. That's up off the ground. Stack your stickies 4 or 5 high and put a fly screen over the top. And you'll get a natural draft of air going through. That's a chimney. It's working all the time. Once you get that going through, it'll stop wax moth. But this time of year, from now on into the winter, the wax moth's not very active unless there's a big collection of them in there. If this sticky you've put aside had a massive web and grubs and what have you in there, they provide enough heat within themselves to keep moving around that hive and making a hell of a mess. So come the springtime, you open up and all you've got is a heap of spider webs. Now, if you can get that ventilation going, wax moth don't like light. So where you store your supers, if you leave a low wattage globe in there that's shining down into the hives, will also help.